Okay, we are going over the Thursday section, the day 4 section of the bell ringer. The first one we have is 759 times 76. I'm going to set it up on my paper. I got me an extra piece today so I wouldn't have to flip back and forth. Okay, first thing, we're going to start multiplying in our ones column. 6 times 9 is 54, so 4 down, 5 up. 6 times 5 is 30, plus 5 more is 35. 5 down, 3 up. 6 times 7 is 42, 43, 44, 45. Okay, I'm going to cross those out so I've used them so I don't get confused and reuse them. And now we're going to start in our tens. Since we have to start in our tens, we're going to put a 0 as our placeholder. 7 times 9 is that 63? Yeah, I think it is. 3 down, 6 up. 7 times 5 is 35. 35 plus 6 more, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. 1 down, 4 up. 7 times 7 is 49, 50, 51, 52, 53. 3 and 5, and now we're going to add 4 and 0 is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5 and 1 is 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 5. Don't forget your comma, 1, 2, 3, because remember this is the end of my ones period, starting my thousands period. So the answer is 57,684. Whoops. I hate when that happens. All right, now let's look at our division one. So the problem is 7 into 3,801. All right, so the first thing we're going to ask ourselves, can the 7 go into 3? No. So now we're going to go to 38. How many times can 7 go into 38? Well, let me do my facts. I know 7 times 7 is 49. That's too big. 7 times 5 is 35. Could we go bigger? 7 times 6 is 42. Nope, that's too big, so I'm going to have to stick with 5. 5 times 7 is 35. 8 minus 5 is 3. Can 7 go into 3? No. Bring down my 0. Now look, we know 7 times 5 is 35, but that's too big, so we're going to have to go down a digit to 4. 4 times 7 is 28. 30 minus 28 is 2. Bring down your 1 because 7 can't go into 2, and 7 goes into 21 3 times. So my answer is 543. Notice if the answer is 543, we start writing it over the hundreds column. You do not start writing your answer over the thousands column. Let's see if I can make that focus a little better. All right. Next, we are adding decimals. What's the first thing you need to do? Line them up by the decimal. So I'm going to line up my decimal, 7 behind it, 9 in front, and add 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1 down, 1 up. 9 and 8. Well, let's do it this way. Let's do mental math. 9 and 1 is 10. 10 and 7, 17. 7 down, 1 up. 6 and 1 is 7. 4, bring down your decimal point. So it is 477.1 or 477 and 1/10. Okay, now we're subtracting. Same thing, line up your decimal. 99, 17 in front, and I'm going to subtract. All right, 1 minus 9. Can't do, so I got to regroup. I'm going to borrow 1 from this 9. It goes to 8, and this goes to 11. 11 minus 9 is 2. 8 minus 9. Can't do. Got to regroup again. The 3 goes to 2. This goes to 18. 18 minus 9 is 9. Bring your decimal point down. 2 minus 7 can't do. Got to regroup. That's 1. This turns to 12. 12 minus 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's going to be 5. 1 and 1 is 0, so your answer is 5 and 92 hundredths. All right, we're comparing. The first thing I'm going to do is cover up my decimals and look at the whole numbers. That answers the question alone for me. I've got 56 and 565. 565 is the greater number. All right, so when I come to this one, I cover up my decimals and look at the whole numbers, and they are the same. So the next thing I'm going to do is look at my tenths position. The tenths is the same. So I'm going to look at the hundredths. It's the same. Well, remember, if there's a 0 on the end, it could come off, or a 0 can be added to even up the digits at the end. With that being said, that makes this equal. All right. Simplify each fraction. I'm looking for a number that'll go into 6 and 30. Now, I can hear some of your wheels turning, and I bet some of you said 2, which means it wouldn't simplify to its lowest. We'd have to go again. I think some of you might have said 3, but really you can use 6. 6 will go into 6 one time, and 6 will go into 30 5 times. And 7 over 28, the number we're looking for, you've only got 2 options, 1 and 7. So we're going to have to go at 7. 7 will go into 7 one time and into 28 4 times. So you should have gotten 1/5 and 1/4. All right, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. PEMDAS, no parentheses, no exponents. Multiply and divide, we do whichever one of those comes first. So in this case, the 72 by 9 comes first. Let me get out my paper so we can write this. All right, so 72 divided by 9 plus 4 times 4. Okay, so 72 divided by 9, I'm underlining what we're going to do first. 9 goes into 72 8 times. Recopy the rest of your problem. Plus 4 times 4. Okay, we're still looking for multiplication and division. We've done all our division. Here's multiplication right here. So copy down your 8 plus 4 times 4 is 16. And now we're going to add 16 and 8 is 24. So let me hear it now. I can hear, Miss Cloby, what if we'd just done it how it came? Well, let's try it. 72 divided by 9 would be 8 plus 4 times 4. 8 plus 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 times 4 is 48. Wrong answer. But I can assure you, come Friday, I'm going to work it this wrong way and give you the right answer and the wrong answer. So make sure you know your steps. Also, I think some of you would have said, but Miss Cloby, it says you have to multiply first. No, what I'm telling you is, when multiplication and division are together, whichever one of these comes first. The same with addition and subtraction. If you would have done the multiplication first, let's see. 72 divided by 9 plus 16. 72 divided by 9 is 8 plus 16. Well, that's a fluke that it worked out right. That normally would not happen. So I'm telling you, make sure you do it the right way. Okay? So 24. All right, draw a model to represent the following problem. I needed to divide 12 into 6 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's my 6 groups. Now I'll divide the 12 out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And you're done. What is 8.478 in expanded form? Well, first off, let's read that correctly. 8 and 478 thousandths. So remember, as we talked about the other day, we're going to do the digit times its position. Since the 8's in the 1 position, we're going to say 8 times 1. And I'm going to put in parentheses just to keep it neat. Plus, what position is the 4 in? Let me hear you. The tenths. So 4 times 1/10 plus 7 times 1/100th plus 8 times 1/1000th. Okay. And then the last one, it says label the place value of each digit. It already did the 0. It told you it was in the 100th position. The 1, what is the 1 in? It's in the hundreds. Okay. The 4, that's an easy. It's right in front of the decimal. The 4 is in your ones. The 3 is the first place after the decimal. What do we call that? The tenths. The 6 is in the tens. Look at what they're doing there. They're making you recognize the difference between the decimal and the whole. The decimal and the whole. And the 9, I don't know if Miss Chloe can remember that. Let's see. Ones, tens, hundreds, comma, thousands, 10,000, 100,000. All right, let's go to the next page. Day 4. Okay, I'm looking to compare. My whole numbers are the same. I go to my first place after the decimal. I can tell the 4 is bigger than the 2, so the mouth eats the bigger number. What is the value of the 5 and 865 thousandths? You can do this 2 ways. You can write it in word form. Whoops. I have to use 2 lines because that's a big word. Or you can do the fraction. You cannot write 5,000. 5,000 is a whole number, and this is not a whole number, so that would be wrong. Okay? When I'm looking at this one, the first thing you should do is, I should hear everybody saying it, stack it. 5,206 times 3. Now, they gave you an easy peasy one. You're not going to have multiple columns, just one. 6 times, say the bottom number first. 3 times 6 is 18. 8 down, 1 up. 3 times 0 is 0, but you got to add that 1, so 1. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 5 is 15. Put your comma, 1, 2, 3. Boom. All right, 5 into 700. 5 to 700. Can 5 go into 7? Why, yes, it can. 1 times 5 is 5. I subtract. 7 minus 5 is 2. Bring down your 0. 5 goes into 20 4 times. 4 times 5 is 20. Well, I'm done. So some of you are going to say, well, my answer is 14. Well, just think about what you're saying. Is 14 times 5 700? Well, check your math. 5 times 4 is 20. 0 down, 2 up. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2 more. 5, that's 70. But we have 700. When you've got an extra 0 like this and you can't bring it down and divide anymore, it's got to come straight up. It's like your place value. Because otherwise, think about that. Can I put $5 into $700 just 14 times? Well, no. So that's your first indication. But when in doubt, work it out. If you think you have it right and you're not sure about that 0, just take your answer and multiply it and see if you get this. If you do, you're golden. If not, you've got a little more work to do. All right, that is the end of the bell work for today. I will have your bell work for tomorrow built. Let's look at some notes real quick that you can make on your paper right now. Stack and find a common denominator. Write an expression. Do not solve. Write problem. All right. Remember, do your basic fact times 1, then add the zeros. This is going to be 8 plus 1 and 8 plus 3 and 9 plus 1 and 9 plus 3 and so on. Word form. Don't forget what this stands for. Comparing. Y'all, easy peasy. Look at the whole numbers first. Round to the nearest thousandth, tenths, hundredths, thousandths. You're going to be looking at this digit here and then divide. This will be ready for you on Schoology for tomorrow, as well as, I didn't get it done last week, but there is a, let me see if I can back this up. Sorry, this document camera at home is a little different than the one at school. So there's a Friday quiz that matches this. It will also be online for you tomorrow, okay? Probably going to have a Mastery Connect. Let's see how well I feel tonight and get it done. But you will know in tomorrow's lesson, I will have the lesson posted in Schoology. What all you're doing.